Hi world. I just wanted to try something new and talk about some stuff. So, what I wanted to talk about and what I want to start is opening up a little bit of a conversation about mental health. So, I was sitting last night and my anxiety was really high, and I was thinking that this is a conversation that needs to be had more. I think it needs to be had more in person. It needs to be had more in on social media and all of those things. A lot of the people that I follow, teachers this year, have been doing a good job, I think, at not hiding the struggle. Especially as a teacher this year with COVID and everything, like the struggle is real more than it has ever been before. And so I just wanted to have some conversations about that. Now, I don't have very many followers, so I feel like, especially at the beginning, these videos are not going to take off, and I don't necessarily expect them to. But what I wanted to do was open a forum where if you do want to come, I'll try and come up with some consistent time and ask questions or anything like that. We can do that. And if not, it's just a time where I can openly share things. I'm just one person, but about anxiety, that maybe if it's not something, if mental health issues aren't something that you have personal connection with, that it may help you to understand someone in your life who's going through these issues and what they're going through. Or if you are going through these issues, that there's a possibility that you will find some sort of connection here. I know even now, and I've had anxiety for, or depression or something else for probably about 10 years. And even now, and with all the conversations that I've had, the number one narrative that I go through in my head is that I'm alone and I'm going through this alone. And so part of, I think, the importance of the conversation is to show that you're not alone, and also to sort of normalize it. I wish that it could be normal to go into work in the morning and say, my anxiety is really high today, or my depression is acting up, and share those things, because I think when we're able to share them, then we're able to get the help that we need and the support from the people around us. I had a sort of an incident last week that's what prompted me to want to start talking about this. And that was, as a teacher in Montana, I have to do a suicide and like depression and self-harm awareness training. And I didn't think anything of it. I was starting to do it, and I was about halfway through, and they were talking about self-harming and severe depression. And without warning, all of a sudden, it brought me flashbacks. And it being something, depression itself, even as a whole, is something that I have not experienced in about 6 years. And so I didn't think anything of it, and all of a sudden that experience was triggering. And then in the morning, I tried to explain to a coworker that I was struggling to get through the suicide training, and it was one of the most awkward conversations that I've had, because I feel like when someone in society right now comes out openly about mental health issues, they're met with this like baby bird, I'm going to protect you, oh my God, are you okay? And for some people that might be helpful, but for someone who's been managing their own anxiety for a long time, being baby doesn't work. And so I don't want to go into this conversation saying my mental health is making this difficult for me to do, because I don't want that sort of response. But the response that I got when I didn't do that was, oh yeah, I understand, it's a really difficult topic. And, finally I ended up having to just come out and say it, and it was just a weird conversation. But, realizing that sometimes when we are asking people to do these sorts of trainings, that it might be detrimental to them, and making sure that they feel supported. And that was the conversation that really made me want to start talking about it. So what I'm going to try and do is at least once a week, I want to go live and post a video talking about my mental health, the things that I've had with it, strategies that I get to go through it, representation, kind of hitting all the topics that somebody who talks about something on social media hits. Welcome to join me. If not, you are welcome to watch the video later or not at all. It's just the way that it is. If you think it's going to help someone, share it with friends. Do with it what you will. It's just here as a resource. And that's kind of what I want. A little bit about me, if you don't know. I am a first, second, and third grade, but I don't have any second graders this year, so I'm a first and third grade behavior special education teacher. It is my first year as a special education teacher, and I don't have a special ed degree. So I'm currently in the process of getting my special education degree, which is something that the state of Montana allows you to do. So we make sure we have enough special ed teachers. I am a certified teacher. This would be my second year teaching total, but it is my first year in special ed. And at the same time, I am getting a graduate degree in special education online. So it means that not only do I have schoolwork throughout the day, I have to come home, I have the amount of planning that a first year teacher has on top of a graduate level course, and just attempting to figure out how to manage all of that with mental health issues on top of that can be really challenging. The mental health issue that I struggle with the most is anxiety. For a while, as I mentioned before, I did have struggles with depression, but it's been about 6 years since that was the case, which is really awesome, and I really enjoy that. I think for me, anxiety is a lot easier to manage. Some days I find my anxiety really easy to manage. Some days I find it really difficult. It's really on a daily basis. Another thing that sort of makes my anxiety in my life unique is that I also have ADHD, which presents its own set of struggles. So that is sort of my unique background and my unique story, and those are the things that are going to shape the experiences that I have and the things that I do or anything like that. I don't really want to frame anything as advice because I am of the belief that everyone's anxiety is really unique. And even people who, I may think have, a struggle similar to me, what I did might not work for them. And so I will share my experiences, but I won't necessarily frame it as advice. You can take it or you can leave it. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I've got for today. These videos will all also be posted on YouTube, so if you want to share them with a friend or anything like that, you can share them there. If you want access to the videos on YouTube, please go over and subscribe. Honestly, I haven't posted anything on my YouTube channel in a long time. I do not know what my YouTube channel is, so I'll have to come and post that. Click follow if you want more posts. Most of my posts are not about anxiety. They're about my life and the things that I do. And yeah, I think all in all, the main reason I want to do this is because, me, like most people, post the good stuff. When I don't post for 2 weeks at a time, it's probably because I don't feel like I have anything that I want to share. And I think that it's important to talk about the stuff that you don't want to share. So here is me talking about the stuff that I don't want to share. But at the same time, look at the good stuff, because that is the full picture of anxiety. And I have a pact with myself where I will never take a picture of something and then pretend that it was good when it wasn't. I really only have motivation even to post something when I actually feel good about myself for it or something like that. So when you're seeing highs on my Instagram, you are seeing my actual highs. And when you are on here and I share my lows, they're my actual lows. But I just felt like I needed to add to that narrative because, especially as a teacher, I am struggling during the pandemic, and I would be struggling if I didn't have anxiety. It adds to my struggles and it changes my struggles, but the struggles would still be there. So yeah, subscribe, follow, whatever you do on Instagram. Final push before you do this, make sure you vote. Voting is in a week. Vote, 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 vote. Please vote. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.